Number 5, first 100 days. Kevin, if you could just walk us through a few of the steps, the first gradings and all the rest.
Okay, so generally we have 3 gradings a year. Some locations have 4, but for the lower levels. But we're about quality control. It's not about how many black belts you have. It's how good and skilled and technically sound they are. So, you need to keep that. So we usually, after we open, we aim for our first grading to be about 100 days or 100 days later. So that's everything happens within the first 100 days. We run competitions for newly enrolled members who bring most students. Okay, so we have little competitions. As each member joins, they're given a voucher card to, bring to their friend to come and try a free lesson, and then or a reduction in the 2-week trial. We don't offer a prize, but we offer a thank you of either $100 or $150, depending how many people they bring. So we don't call it a prize, we call it a thank you, because a prize is a competition and a thank you we said run a competition, but it's like run an event basically to bring students in. And we have there's the Bring a Friend flyer. I don't know if you got that, George. Did you put that into the slide?
We don't have the Bring a Friend flyer. Okay. Yeah. We can add it additional to the worksheets. Yeah,
it's not a big one, but it shows you that. But most importantly, with your students in the first 100 days is deliver on your promises. You need to make sure that if you say you're going to do this or they're going to do that or that's going to happen, everything must happen. So your staff are your promise keepers, and if they can't keep your promise, they're not your staff anymore. So you need to be really strong on your training for your staff. And then later on, when you get a number of locations, we've run it a few times, and we'll probably have to run it again soon. So each week we'll average about coming into head office. Or now we're back up to normal, about 120 new memberships come in every week from all the locations on average, and then they're processed and there's a whole system to that. But sometimes we have a competition. Whoever gets the most students for the month will get $1,000 award for equipment or marketing for their location. So they might get a marketing campaign worth $1,000 a night. And sometimes they can really pump it up, and it's good for them. And we often do that in the quieter months through our winter. So it sort of like incentivizes them to push hard through winter. And we haven't done that one for a little while, but once you get a few locations, a bit of healthy competition. We are martial arts, of course, and everyone likes a little bit of competition. So.
Perfect. And we do have 2 of the flyer templates actually in the organic marketing impact. So
okay, we do. Okay,
yep.
Yep. All right, we'll go into that a little bit more then. So we have a central CRM for everything, and we use a central software. So we currently use White Belt, which is a CRM which was developed out of Perth. We've been involved with them since the setup. A little bit clunky in some aspects, quite good in some others, but it's the right price. It's free. So they have on costs which people use to purchase, and that's how they make their income. So it's called White Belt, WITE with a capital BELT. Yeah, it serves its purpose. And we also use educational funding company, EFC, for our collection of fees, etc. And they have a system for that as well. So we're trying to get the 2 to talk together. But how does what work? Sorry, Ross.
And then while Ross types that, we'll just go to Adam's question here. What's the youngest age and rank of a head instructor at the location you would have?
A head instructor, you want someone who's at least 21 plus minimum, and they need to be quite experienced dealing with parents. So, I think the youngest one we have was probably my daughter. She's 22. She runs a Newcastle location, so very successfully. But she's been doing martial arts since she was a fetus. So she's very experienced also.
Perfect.
So Collection Ross, educational funding company, does that for us. They're our billing company. We also use them as a boogeyman. Well, you'll have to deal with the billing company with that problem. So, and they take care of everything for us. They're very efficient. We've had nothing but great service. And, you know, when you spread out the costing, it's pretty much the same as everybody else. Plus you get a lot of added bonuses and benefits being involved. So you know, I'm happy with them. Some people have had different experiences. Plus, we're a very, very large organisation, and so the fee structure can be adjusted depending on how many members you have. You just got to negotiate your way through that. So, yeah, so we use that. That's our system.
All right. Any other questions in regards to the first 100 days? Kevin, you did have a good story. I can't recall what related to this Tumbarumba, the small town.
Oh yeah, okay. Tumbarumba. We had a little school down at one of our third dans. He's in the corrective services. Anyway, there's a prison at Tumbarumba, and he went down there, and two of his kids were black belts. Anyway, this was some time ago. And he said, "Oh, look, I'll set up a little dojo here. It'll just be a part-time couple of nights a week." I said, "Yeah, that's fine. That'll be good for the community." Anyway, so we coincidentally we ran a little competition, and at the time, and his son, he was 15 at school. We had a prize. You know, whoever got the most would get $1,500 worth of equipment, and some cash. You know, thank yous and all this sort of stuff. You know, within that month. Well, he independently went out and got in this small community. I can't remember the exact figure, but it was like over 50 members fully paid up and joined within that month. So he was incentivized by that, and it was a good little response. So it's just a little example of, you know, creating a little bit of a competitive environment across your locations, but also, you know, getting everyone involved. So that was he was stoked, this young fellow, and that was very successful. So it worked really well.
All right. Quick check-in. What's been most valuable out of this session for you and why? So just dot down in the chat. Connect with other businesses. Big one. Who already has your audience or potential audience? Pausing memberships and contacting ACCC with regards to upfront memberships, networking. I think you're all going to get great value out of the organic marketing impact when we dive deeper into that. Same as Greg, networking. Perfect.